Hello, John Bloodworth, Gentleman Crafter, back with part 3 of this digitizing mini-series. In the last episode, I digitized the background highlighted in red. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to digitize one of the needle designs. Just a reminder, I am using the Hatch Embroidery Digitizing software. Again, if you haven't heard of it and you'd like to find out more about it and download a free trial copy, please visit hatchembroidery.com. Okay, let's start by digitizing one of the needle designs. So that I can see what I'm clearly doing, I'm going to hide the two layers that I digitized in the previous video. I'm also going to zoom in to 500%. Most experts, of which I'm not, would recommend 600, but for me 500 on my screen was just fine. From the Digitize tab, I'm going to use the Digitize Blocks tool. I'm going to set the outline to fill, or sorry, the block to fill, and then I'm going to try and basically work along the outline of those needles. So to begin, I make a single click. I then drag a line across the design and make another click. There are two types of click, a left click and a right click. When you see the red concentric circles on screen, it's a left click, and yellow will be a right click. The difference is that a red click will be a straight corner or an angular corner, and the yellow will be a rounded corner. You can mix and match when you're doing this digitizing blocks. And that's what I feel really sort of helps with this particular tool, because I can now really follow the outline quite accurately. You'll see that there are a variety of curved and pointed areas. Basically, I am forming a series of connected blocks that will be filled with a stitch, and the angle of the stitching will follow the angle of those blocks. It does take some time when you're manually digitizing, but the finished result, I think, is definitely worth it. I've got my stitch type set to tatami because it's a nice decorative fill. You'll see that once I come to the end of digitizing this. I'm working quite slowly around this area because I want to make sure that I kind of get an even width to it, and that my nodes or my points, my turning points, are fairly even or mirrored on both sides. Once I get onto the straight shaft of the needle, then I can work much more quickly because it will just be a couple of blocks that I'll need. One thing I like about this software is it's got the auto movement. So if I move my cursor to the top, right, bottom or left when I'm zoomed in like this, then basically it will automatically move the canvas and scroll it for me, so I don't have to then disable the tool, move my canvas and then pick the tool back up. I can just keep on working. So as you see, I basically did the lower part of the shaft in just one block. I'm doing this fanning out in another block, and then I'll be doing the upper section again in one block. Once I place my last point, I can press enter to confirm, and you see there all of the stitching is now filled in. And if I zoom down to the bottom, you'll see what's happened. You can see how now that the stitch angle follows the curve that I set out with all of these nodes. Looks fabulous, doesn't it? I'm just disabling the true view there, which shows the stitches as threads, so that I can get a better idea that I've got everything where I need it to be. And there's just a small gap at the bottom here that I want to just correct. So while I'm in the reshape mode, I can drag any of those points that I set down earlier to a new position, and all of the stitching got updated. And there we go, that's my first needle digitized. And in the next part I will show you how I then copied and pasted and resized the next two. See you there. That's it for this time. If you've enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments section below. And for more from me in the future, please remember to subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching.